Say something, you witch.
Something, you witch. I guess that's a sign that we're supposed to end the countdown early, so... Given that Lulu has gone ahead and chucked some bits at me to get me to speak early. Good evening, my darling batlings. I'm joined tonight by JKR. I'll see if Kier ends up showing up in chat and he feels up to reminiscing on simpler times with me, then I'll see if I can wrangle him into this. I know I want him on board for at least one of these, because he was in this project that we are reacting to / giving a little bit of behind-the-scenes commentary through the lens of, like, oh god, 7 years ago now, I think.
Yeah, actually, I think you were working on this for about as long as I've known you.
Yeah,
at the time.
It's an old Danganronpa fan dub that I was a part of. It was the first extensive voice acting that I did. Yes, I'll have some coffee. It is freshly brewed and still piping hot. And it's got some French vanilla creamer in it.
Ooh. The best kind of creamer.
Okay, I'll hydrate as well. I loaded up on water bottles. They were having a sale at Food Lion.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's a Danganronpa fan dub that I voiced technically 3 characters in. You'll see what I mean by that as it plays out. The way I got involved in this was, back in the days on a website called Behind the Voice Actors, which is like a repository. It's like the IMDb for voice acting stuff. They had a casting call section where people could put up their own casting calls.
Say Naya in female voice.
I think you mean yeah next to text-to-speech voice. I'm not setting up the voice changer right now, so I'll just give my best, my best attempt at FM voice within my natural range. Yeah.
Not bad. That's actually not that bad, dude.
But yeah, I auditioned for this. I made some good friends along the way. I'll have plenty of stories to tell probably as this goes on. I ended up becoming involved in not just voice acting, but also doing audio editing and capturing the gameplay footage for this fan dub. Because, bless his heart, Husk, if you're watching this, no disrespect, but the footage that you initially captured for the beginning of the fan dub was so choppy and pixely that I stepped forward and was like, hey, I've got an HD capture card set up. I can record this in 1080p for you. Please let me record it in 1080p for you. So it looks presentable.
Yeah.
But yes, with all that said, let us don the hat of proactive cringe, because I know I'm going to be cringing at a lot of stuff in this, from myself in particular. There we go.
I was going to ask you, are you going to put on the old, I was just going to ask you, you going to put on the nostalgia goggles?
No, I don't have an asset for that.
Of course.
And let's get on over here, so... once we finish being THX'd, we can begin with, since chapters in Danganronpa tend to go on for so long, the decision was made early on to split these up into multiple parts. That way we could also retain viewer engagement better, and it ended up working in the long run. Yeah. I've yapped enough. Let's get this going so I can yap some more. Dang old grandpa, trigger happy havoc.
The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area.
Okay, I can't remember the name of the dude who voices Makoto in this, but in my old Sonic 06 dub, he also voiced Sonic.
Oh.
It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege.
Now, I'm going to throw out, how I got into Danganronpa, because I got into it a different way than a lot of the, modern fandom did, where, I first learned of it way before there was an anime adaptation and way before the games were even having a chance of getting localized. There's this old internet website that I think is still around today called Something Awful. And it's where the idea of Let's Plays first started. There was a guy living in Japan who was doing a screenshot Let's Play where, instead of video footage, it was screenshots of the gameplay of the first Danganronpa game on its original Japanese PSP release and translating it for, English-speaking viewers.
Yeah.
And that's really where, the first bit of Western exposure for Danganronpa started. And because I was listening to, religiously watching this show from one of the, old heads of the Let's Play forum on Something Awful, Retsupre, they had a podcast called Retsu Talk, where one of the hosts, Slow Beef, interviewed the guy who was doing the Danganronpa Let's Play. And that's how I first heard about it. And then years later, when I was in my college's anime club, one of the animes we watched that season was the Danganronpa anime, which ended up being a lot of people's introduction because the anime came out before any of the games were released outside of Japan. We wouldn't get the Danganronpa games in an easily accessible form outside of Japan because it did get a PS Vita release, but who the fuck had a PS Vita? They wouldn't get released on more accessible platforms like PS4 and Steam and stuff like that until I think 2015. If you're gonna get into Danganronpa, do it through the games, because the anime really condenses the story and skips over a lot of the character development in a bad way.
Yeah, so I've heard.
They say that you come there and manage
also,
to
the
graduate,
English dub
you'll
of
be
the
set
anime
away.
is trash. They tried to ghost stories it, which Funimation consistently did with all of their Danganronpa dubs, instead of,
It was built to raise
giving
hope in
them
the
any
nation's
hint of
future.
seriousness.
Like Hope's Peak, pretty fitting name.
Ah, jeez.
Which, not that any of the Danganronpa anime
There are two
are
things you need to
particularly
attend this
good, but still, doesn't deserve the ghost stories treatment.
One, you have to already be
No.
attending high school.
Ghost stories
Two,
only work
you
because
have
no
to
one
be
cared
very
about
nice in
ghost
what you
stories.
Right?
No ordinary student could enroll. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself.
And the reason we did a fan dub of this is because so much of the game goes by
Standing there
without any
at the gate
voice.
of the ultimate school,
In-
filled with the ultimate
So
students.
our entire gimmick was we're going to voice every single line of dialogue in this game,
Oh
It's
boy.
me.
which took a lot
Before
of
we go
time.
any further, I guess I should introduce myself. My name's Makoto Naegi. As you can see, I'm nothing but a hopelessly average high school student. Average on the outside, average on the inside. I really don't have much going for me when it comes to grades, special abilities, even personality.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
Yeah, I have hobbies and stuff I like to do, but it's not like I'm a psychic or a mutant or whatever. Like, if you ask me what my favorite song was, or what my favorite movie or TV show, they'd all just be whatever's most popular at the particular moment.
Oh, so he's a consumer. Got it.
Even among the average, I'm completely average. So I can't even say I'm your everyday hero type.
Nope.
That's just who I am. Anyway, I figure it's always good to introduce yourself right off the bat. But you know, if I have any kind of strong point, so to speak, I'd say I'm a little more gung-ho than other people. I mean, look at me.
We have a
I'm
message
completely
in our
but
private
still,
chat.
Here I am, standing in front
Oh,
of
Miles
the
is asking a
anything but
question.
ordinary Hope-Speak
I'll
Academy.
message him back.
I mean, you can tell him what
I
we're
still
up
can't
to.
believe I'm standing here.
He could also tune
wonder if
into the
someone like
stream
me
if he
has a
wants to know what
private
we're up
place
to.
It's got this overwhelming presence.
He's free to join if he
like
wants
it's trying
to.
swallow me whole.
He said, "Never mind."
But it's no wonder I feel
I'll
that
say,
way.
hey,
What
you're
you have
free to
understand
join.
is- Let me just tell you about the preparation I did last night to get ready for today. Hope's Peak only invites those students who are truly elite in their field. It's such a popular topic. There are threads online dedicated to talking about the school's attendees. So to prepare, I looked up some of those threads. And all I saw was talk about ultimate students who are way beyond your average high schooler.
Now, speaking about a little bit of localization stuff, the term ultimate for like the particularly skilled students that have like a special skill that they're the best at.
Yeah.
That is a very very non-literal translation of what they're referred to in the Japanese version. And both the game and the English dub of the anime would go about translating it or localizing it in different ways. I prefer that the game went with ultimate because the original Japanese terminology is super high school level, which is a mouthful and sounds very cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a lot of the fan subs and the English dub of the anime use the term super duper, which sounds stupid.
Sounds like even more cheesy.
Yes.
For example, one incoming student is the ultimate pop sensation. I guess she's a high school girl who's also the lead singer for a pop group famous all over the country.
Now, they also... I'm going to speak a bit about localization every now and then about, like, the ultimate talents, as they're described. Like, the ultimate pop sensation, in Japanese, she's less, standard pop singer and more, one of those idol singers that Japan loves. So, her proper title would be something more along the lines of, like, ultimate idol singer.
Yeah. Or ultimate pop idol, even.
Yeah.
There's also the ultimate baseball star. He was the cleanup hitter for the national high school champs. Pro teams already have their eyes on him. Then there's the ultimate fashionista.
Oh boy.
No spoilers.
Oh, I am not spoiling anything.
But
She's
yes,
been on the
Junko,
cover
for
of
better or
Fashion
for worse,
magazine.
is the face
She's
of
what every
the
high school girl wants
franchise
to be.
along with Monokuma. For very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they mentioned the ultimate bike gang leader too.
I actually auditioned for this part. I didn't get it, but I almost did. Soul Leader Will would get the role of the ultimate biker gang leader, and he, if I ever get back to editing it, voices Hotshot in Transformers Armada Bridged. And he's also a VTuber
Oh yeah,
now.
I forgot. Nice. I forgot he was our current hotshot.
Yep, this is how I met him.
Nice. Honestly, it's for the it's kind of good that you cast him in the role because it's like he's the most reliable voice actor we've had so far for that role.
Yeah, he was also like by far the most reliable we had during production of this. But I'll get to that. And I'll bitch about that more as it comes up.
And on top of that, there's the ultimate martial artist, the ultimate fanfic creator, the ultimate...
Oh, the ultimate fanfic creator, you say?
ultimate swimming pro, the ultimate programmer, the ultimate clairvoyant, and then some. Reading that made me realize how totally powerless I was. It was the country's finest, top to bottom. I felt like a tame little house cat who'd wandered into a pride of lions.
Like if you and I were,
you know,
invited to go to Hope's Peak Academy, what do you think our titles would be? Like,
I have no idea what my ultimate talent would be, but the way that Makoto got it in, it was like they do a lottery every year to decide like one student who gets in without having a specific ultimate talent, who's referred to as the ultimate lucky student.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, it's like, you know, one of us would probably be like the ultimate voice actor or something like that.
A lot of us wanted, like, part of our branding for, like, when Husk was trying to make this, like, a big, like, a group of recurring talent was each of us having an ultimate talent. And a lot of us wanted to go with ultimate voice actor. I went with ultimate guitarist because I was just starting to pick up guitar at the time. For more seriously, before I fell off it for years.
You see, there were a few students who I couldn't find any info on, no matter how much I looked. With all those ultimate students, I'm the only one without any worthwhile talent. But then, what about those other students who didn't seem to pop up anywhere? Could they just be average students like me, without any talent or anything? That thought was kind of encouraging. I mean, I know I don't have much in the way of personality. But beyond that, there's an even bigger issue. How did such an unbelievably average student like me get picked to come to this ultimate high school? I mean, I guess there is a reason. You just have to take one glance at the acceptance letter they sent me to see why. We recently held a lottery to select one ordinary student to attend our school. As a result, you've been selected, and we invite you to join us as the ultimate lucky student. They spelled it out plain as day. I got invited by pure luck. Honestly, I probably would have been better off just declining their offer.
Ow.
But after hearing how
What'd you do to hurt yourself this time?
Later in life,
I accidentally kicked my paper shredder.
Why did you do that?
Because I was moving my legs around, okay? So sue me.
Have you tried not having legs?
I started to feel lost. Like I didn't belong there. I could feel myself losing
Well, I mean, I ain't got no body.
Then how did you hurt your leg?
I can't just stay here in front of the gate forever.
I mean, how do you expect me to...
Frozen in
I mean,
place
how else would I
myself.
hurt my leg? I mean, I had to pull a leg out of the closet to do that.
It said there'd be a meeting for all incoming students in the main hall at 8 a.m. The meeting still
I'd try
isn't for a
something.
while, but I should probably
Now you're
just
going to
end it.
notice very early on that everyone's got
let's
shockingly
do this.
different audio quality. I had not
I gathered
picked
all my
up,
determination. Try to act
one,
like I'd
the
done this a
skill I
million
have
times
in
before.
audio editing at this point, and two, I had not picked up
I took my first step toward the main
taking
hall.
on the audio editing role yet. That wouldn't happen until, like, I think chapter 2, and I would keep on tweaking it every chapter.
This is where we're supposed to meet, right? I guess I'm the first one here. This really elegant clock over in the corner. It says 7:10 a.m. The meeting doesn't start until 8 o'clock, so there's still a full 50 minutes left.
Nobody said there'd be math, Makoto.
It makes sense nobody else would be here yet. I was so
Don't
wound
blame
up,
our schools.
I got here way too early. I have plenty of time before the meeting.
Also,
Just
I know
standing around
exactly what
waiting
your
isn't
ultimate
exactly-
talent would be.
I should
And
take a
that
look
is?
around the school.
The ultimate
Maybe that'll help me
collector.
calm down a little.
I can actually see
I
that.
am a student here now, so there shouldn't be any problem with me having to look around, right?
I was actually considering the ultimate
It'll only
villain,
give some time
but
for
you know,
this.
I'm too much of a nice guy to do that.
Yeah.
Trying to play it cool. I took my first step into Hope's Peak.
Besides, Zosora already is an ultimate villain, but that's in a different
it was
Danganronpa
also
game.
my first step towards starting a new life at
Yeah.
a new school. At least, that's what I was hoping for. What the?
Makoto, this is why you don't eat the entire dozen of the edibles.
My view became warped, twisted. It was like
this looks interesting. It's a Fandub that I was in. Miles, you're free to join us if you want to.
Like I said, Miles, come on in if you want to.
Mixing, melting away, then spinning again. And the next moment...
Your boss asked you today if you had an edible. Well, did you?
That was how it all began. And how life as I knew it came to an end.
Well, did you have an edible? And if so, can you share?
At that point, I should have realized. The reason I was brought to Hope's Peak Academy wasn't because I had ultimate good luck.
A likely story, Miles.
Nah, I know Miles. He wouldn't do something like that. He's too straight-laced.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you soon, Miles.
To be continued. In just a few minutes. And we've got our intro, which is edited together from footage of the game and the intro to the anime, which I provided the creditless version from my DVD and Blu-ray copy of the anime. And this is the anime's version of the theme song. Because Husk particularly likes the anime theme.
That's fair. I know hello. I think you and Husk both invited me, or at least you were one. It was you who invited me onto the project, and I was going.
No, it was for a follow-up to this, which is now finally entering pre-production years later. But I can't speak on whether we're bringing anyone else into it because we're not having our first meeting until tomorrow.
I see.
There we go. My old username, SBG Haseo, as Hifumi Yamada. And I believe I was also in there earlier. Yeah, I was. As Kiyotaka Ishimaru. And each of the chapters ends with a different credit sequence that Jana put together, because she took up editing and basically doing just about everything for this. Oh my god, I respect her so much. She's also voicing, in the event that I'm able to, get some assets together to include Ariana in some, original videos outside of my streams, she'll be voicing Ariana.
Nice. But yeah, if you could put in a good word for me, Ari.
I would definitely put in a good word for you, because I already know who you'd be perfect for in the one that we're doing. It's just I need to find out whether I'm overstepping any boundaries or not.
No, I get you. Miles is about to hop in, he said.
Reality slips far away, fiction comes alive, we start to play. Hope is no more behind the closed door as we drift away from where we were before.
Archer, that was his name, who voiced Makoto.
All one and the same, never opposites, we play the same game. So I listen to the world and right from wrong. Stay focused so I can stay strong. If you ever wonder why I'm trapped inside, it's probably just because I told a pack of lies. Maybe a dream, maybe it was pride. Maybe for myself I often wonder why.
You're muted, Miles.
Oh, I knew. I have a cat screaming in the background.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's fine. I'm used to the sound. I'm used to the sound of loud animals.
Barry's not happy.
And I'm sure JKR is used to the sound of loud animals as well.
Oh yeah.
And that is Kier under his second username, the Hiko Report, as Sakura Ogami. Because I showed him the anime before we were even, like, before this fandom even happened, and he instantly latched onto Sakura as a character.
Nice. Wakey, wakey.
What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk.
This is where,
My body feels
you know,
heavy.
why I say that
It's pretty
our
normal for the
opening
sock off
bits
of those
had some,
class or whatever.
low quality footage. Again, no disrespect, Tusk. I'm
What
just
was I
saying it
doing
how it
here
is.
just now?
This is where you're really gonna see
Yeah.
it. This is also,
This isn't a classroom.
where, the only chapter where we include some of the
heck's going on?
exploration bits instead of just cutting to the dialogue. Because, this is like old footage. We actually started this once, scrapped it, and then restarted from the beginning. Like, we originally had a couple completely different actors that
That's
only
the desk I fell
appeared
asleep on.
in the
I can still
old
see the line of
prologue that I
trouble I
don't
must
think
have
is
left
up
there.
anymore.
I'll have to clean
And
that
they
up
went
later.
MIA, and that became a recurring problem.
What's that on the desk?
Oh,
An
That
orientation
sounds good.
guide?
One character in particular
know it's
had
some kind
3
of
different
cheap-looking
voice actors,
pamphlet.
myself
And
included.
there's something handwritten on it. The next
Like, I
semester
voiced him
is
for
about
one
to start.
chapter.
Starting
Oh,
today,
wow.
this school will be your entire world. What the hell? Is this someone's idea of a joke?
No, it's a prank. There's a difference.
Yeah.
A surveillance
No,
camera?
I know jokes.
It's a dangerous world. we
This
live
is
in.
no joke.
I guess they put them there to keep the
surveillance
weirdos from
camera.
wandering in. Jeez, I can't believe it's already 8 o'clock. It was just after 7 when I first got here. Has it really been almost an hour since then?
Maybe. Maybe not. Sorry, I just love to do this.
What the heck? In any normal classroom, that's where a window should be. But it looks like some kind of metal plate has been bolted over it.
We'll just get a big screwdriver
were
and
not on it.
unbolt it.
Or in this case, a wrench.
Yep, definitely
it's a
metal.
wrench. I was about to say,
Lent, too.
screwdriver.
Very solid. Wait, that's not what matters.
Look, I've
here.
had a long day,
More
and
importantly,
also,
why
a
are the metal
screwdriver
plates over
could
the
work
windows?
if you try hard enough.
I mean,
Okay,
true.
Let's see.
You
So
could
what
use it as
might
a
have
chisel.
happened
I mean-
is I got myself
Ooh,
wound
good
up.
question. Good point.
I passed
Used
out
to be
in
a
the main
Phillips
hall,
head, though,
and
right?
someone carried me here.
I never said what
mean,
kind of screwdriver.
You know,
It's totally
That's
not
true.
me just
It must
forgetting
mean-
what tools are.
This is a classroom inside Hope Speed.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I
then,
can certainly go for a
if that's
screwdriver
true-
right about now.
That just raises more questions. This is all really strange.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I
those
keep
metal
thinking of
plates covering the
screwdrivers
windows,
because I don't have
it's
a
like it's a
wrench.
prison or something.
I only have a screwdriver and a hammer.
None of this makes any sense.
Yeah, you could use the hammer
I should
and the
probably head
screwdriver
back
as
to
a
the main
chisel, probably.
I ain't doing that
It's
with my
already past the meeting
screwdriver.
time.
It's a
There might be other students
screwdriver
there now.
set that I use for opening up old game consoles and cartridges.
Oh, you actually do that?
There's a TV.
Yep.
The school is funded by the national.
I have to do it
government,
for some
so I
maintenance
guess it's
every now
not
and then.
That weird to have TVs in
Mainly
here.
just like cleaning
never-
cartridge connectors or replacing
Something
batteries.
feels off.
I never knew you
I
did
wonder what
that.
it is.
I ended up having to do it with all the retro stuff I've collected.
Jeez, this hallway is kind of weird too.
Makes sense.
This is getting stranger by the second. I honestly have no
It's
idea
how I
what's going
learned
on.
that I'm never going to try and do any internal
Well, for now,
cleaning or
I'll just head to the main
battery
hall.
fixing on Nintendo Wii because those things are a nightmare to open.
Are they really?
Not only do you have to, like, unscrew screws on the outer shell, there's
the time I got to
screws
the main hall-
inside. There's, like, layers of stuff that's screwed together.
Everyone
All
else
of
is
which have
already there.
screws of specific sizes that go in specific places.
Whoa, hey, another new kid.
That is, I believe
And
she
you
goes
guys are
by
all-
Lydia now.
Yeah.
She's an
We're
ASMR
all
channel
new here.
called Yarn
Today's
ASMR.
supposed to be our first day of class. So, counting him,
No, I
that makes
remember.
15.
Oh god, my old
Seems like
audio
an-
quality. I was using a Blue Yeti microphone for this, thinking it was the best thing ever. And I didn't do like any audio filtering to like fix the quality of my voice. I also hadn't nailed my Hifumi voice quite so naturally yet.
I remember this. You told me about it a long time ago.
Yes, nowadays I can do it just effortlessly and add a little bit of a slur, a little bit of mush mouth into it to make it sound extra mouth breathy.
Yeah, the funny thing is, my best girl, by the way, best girl in this game, right between your two characters, Ari.
Yeah, right between my two characters, between Hifumi and Taka.
Yep.
Cutoff point. But I wonder if this is everyone.
Standing before me were the ultimate
I also
students
recorded
that
my
had been
Hifumi
handpicked by
lines
the
before
school.
I ended up getting cast as Taka. Because
I
we
looked around
originally
at
had
everyone
someone else
gathered
playing
there,
Taka,
taking in their
and
faces
he
one at a
disappeared
time.
before recording started, so I stepped up.
Maybe I was just imagining
Nice.
it.
Don't you love when
But I
that
swear I
happens?
could feel a kind of aura coming from each of them. How's it going? My name's
Actually, now
Makoto
that I
Nayak.
look at this, I think this might be my
Sorry I'm late.
footage
A bunch of stuff happened, and
instead
then all
of
of a sudden I was just
Husk's footage,
asleep.
because it's nowhere near as choppy. I still hadn't properly
you
learned how
too?
to record everything yet.
Things just keep getting curiouser and curiouser.
So strange. I declare beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is a strange situation indeed.
Be gone, bot.
What are you talking about? I honestly have no idea what's going on right now.
Just a moment. There's something else we must address.
Taka was so fun to
Makoto,
voice. I
your
just
tardiness
shout
is
everything.
Unacceptable. Surely you were aware that the meeting was to start at 8 a.m. sharp. To be late on your first day is unspeakable. I must report you, and you must accept your due punishment.
He's incredibly fun to voice because I
your
just shout
problem?
everything in
It's
an
like you wanted to be
over-enthusiastic
late.
tone.
You didn't have
But
any
it's a
control over
nightmare
it.
to do with proper... What's the term?
Everyone
Oh
just
yes!
calm down.
Breath control!
Listen, why don't we all go around and introduce
That's
ourselves?
Jana as Aoi Asahina.
The hell? Now's no time for frickin' introductions.
Soul Eater Will as
Maybe, but it's
as
maybe good
Mondo
to at least
Owada.
find out
I
who
can't
y'all
remember.
are
I never
before
met the
digging into
person
the bigger
or like
problems
extensively
here.
spoke to the person who voiced Celeste
I mean,
here.
how are we even supposed to talk
Same
to
thing with
each
the person
other
who
if we
voices
don't know each
Kyoko.
other's names?
Celestia Lunenberg, or Celeste as she prefers
That's
to
a
be
good
called.
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abel, who voiced I've forgotten that character's name already. Chihiro. I have so many stories I could tell that I'm going to refrain from because I am the better person in this scenario. All I'm going to say is that she casually tried to dox me to everyone in a Discord group that in our very first Discord call, and I was like, oh, so this is how it's gonna be. Sure, she was 13 at the time, but at the same time, that's a stupid thing to do.
So let's get introductions out of the way. Then we can move on to whatever else. Sound good?
I'm still totally lost, but I think it's best to just focus on getting to know each other for now.
So, you guys might find this to be like,
So I
I
guess
mean,
this is as good a chance
probably
as we're gonna
Ari would
get.
probably believe it. I've never actually played this
I already
game.
looked everyone up on
You
that
should.
Speak Academy
You would
thread
totally
online,
jive with it.
I've never played it either, mind you,
I still don't
but
really
you
know
know,
what kind of people they actually
I've watched
Time to find
streams of it, and I loved what I saw.
Yeah, that happened to me. I have a friend that
Hi, I'm Sayaka
played this game,
Maizono.
like played
I
all
look
of them,
forward
I
to
think,
getting
on
to know
stream, and
you.
I kind of caught tail end of this one, actually. And I was like, oh, this is interesting.
The way she moves is positive.
I was the one who,
and that
a little bit of my audio editing was in that, the low robot-y voice that Husk decided to do that, announces everyone's names when they're first introduced. I was the one who applied the filter for that.
Nice. That's cool.
Because I had a pirated version of SoundForge Pro and a plugin for like Transformers vocoder effects that I still kind of use every now and then today.
pleasant scent I can't quite place.
Not Soundforge Pro. Just doesn't want to work for me anymore.
Sayaka Maizano.
Yeah.
When I saw her name in that thread online, frankly, I was pretty surprised. She's in a pop group famous all across the country. In fact, she's their lead singer. As the ultimate pop sensation, she's in high demand to appear on TV and in magazines everywhere. But actually, that's not the only reason I was so surprised to find out she'd be going to this school. I'm sure she doesn't remember, but... well, never mind. No matter how you slice it, she's really beautiful. Almost like a doll or something.
That's just the layers of makeup, Makoto. Don't fall for it.
I'm alive.
Huh? Did you hear me?
Oh, inner monologuing, not inner monologuing.
Kidding. I just have really good intuition.
She's a sharp one.
Huh? Hey, by any chance?
Now what?
Yeah, it must be. I'm sure of it.
God,
Hey,
I can't remember who voiced
Jeez,
Sayaka,
you
but she did
guys,
such a
how
good
long do you
job.
plan to waste our valuable time with this ridiculous back and forth?
Sorry. Just got carried away, I guess.
Self-introductions are for introducing yourself, not bumbling through a bunch of idle chit-chat.
You're right. Sorry, Makoto. We can talk about this later.
It sounded like Sayaka really had something she wanted to say.
God, Taka really is the ultimate cock
But it's not like
blocker,
we'll never
isn't
see
he?
each other again. Like she said, we can talk later.
Here we go.
I'm Kiyotaka Ishimaru. I believe in bold simplicity. Let's work together on our educational crusade.
Ultimate moral compass, Kiyotaka Ishimaru.
So that's Kiyotaka, according to what I saw about him on that thread. He went to a famous private school and won top honors every year. He's basically a flawless honor student. He's also known for the work he's done with his community's public morals committee.
God, if I were directing this, I would
They
have
say he
ordered
respects
so
rules
many
above all
like
else,
second or third
earning him
takes
the
of
title
lines,
Ultimate
including for
Moral
myself.
Yeah.
But that's just me being a
Anyway,
stickler for
you can call me
pronunciations
Taka.
and like
You
certain
said your
words
name was
being skipped or
Makoto
misread.
Naegi, right?
Which I don't
That's
blame
a
them
good
for.
name.
These scripts
A
got
strong
very
name.
long.
You should thank your parents for giving you such an excellent name. And to keep that name from losing its value, you must devote yourself every single day. Life is worth putting every ounce of effort into it, right? Right?
This guy is kind of annoying.
He's still one of the best characters in the game, though.
Not that you'll remember
I can't remember
my
who voiced
name
Toko either,
anyway,
but she also
but
did such a good
I'm
job.
Toko. Toko Fukawa.
Like, I didn't talk to, like, a lot of the cast apart from,
Yeah, she wrote a
like
novel
Jana,
when she was
Husk,
10.
basically
They
the
got everyone
people I
talking
work
and launched her
directly with
literary
as,
career.
you know, doing editing stuff and recording.
Then 2 years ago,
I didn't
she
really
released
chat with
So
a lot
Lingers
of the
the Ocean,
actors.
a love story said to be her masterpiece. The book was such a hit with women that Fisherman quickly shot to the top of every hottest men poll. Despite her age, she's won countless literary prizes, and all her books are instant bestsellers. Which is why she's come to be known as the ultimate writing prodigy. What else would you call such a young and talented author? But I figured she'd be a
Obsessed.
lovey-dovey type, what with her masterpiece being a romance and all.
Yeah, and you would think that someone who writes a romance, a best-selling romance novel trilogy about vampires would be a goth or something, but no, she's just a Mormon.
Filthy creature.
I'm not
No, I
joking.
just thought-
I know what you
Oh, Steve.
just
Oh, yeah.
thought. You just thought you'd never seen such an ugly woman. You just thought it was so funny.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all.
Don't bother trying to lie to me. I know it's true. Otherwise, I know you can't stand looking at me.
The way she can
Whatever.
waver her voice
don't
like
really
that,
care.
get that vibrato
I'm used to it.
going, really adds so much to the
Talk about an
performance.
inferiority complex. I was way off.
That's hard to do.
Successful
Yes,
author.
it is very hard to do. And make it sound good.
Yeah.
Leon Kuwata.
Yo, the name's Leon Kuwata. What's up?
Hi, Lydia / Yarn ASMR.
Ultimate baseball star, Leon Kawada.
I recognize that name. He played for the National High School Champs as their cleanup hitter. The ultimate baseball star. That superb athletic specimen is... You? Seriously?
Huh? What's wrong?
Nothing.
We
I'm
originally
just
had
surprised.
someone
I
else
figured with you being
voicing
the ultimate baseball star and all.
Leon, I believe, but
What? Were you
again,
expecting a
no
kid
show.
with a shaved head?
Shaved head.
Lydia ended up having to voice both
No, I was just expecting more
Leon
of a, you know,
and
sporty-looking traditional baseball type.
had to
I mean, when I
voice
found that
both
article,
Leon
picture of you
and
online, that's how you
her
looked.
primary character, Yasuhiro. Also, hi, Kier.
What?
I
Oh,
understand
man.
being drop dead
You found
tired.
that
I'm kind of
picture of me
tired today,
playing
too,
baseball.
although not
Seriously?
for any of the
I
reasons
hate
you
that
are.
picture. This is not cool. This is so not cool. Seriously, I'm like mega embarrassed right now. I didn't even have a choice, okay? Shaving your head like that is part of the national championship regulations. And now I refuse to cut my hair. And I'm not gonna dye it back normal
Mouse
either.
died. So hold on.
Actually, can I be totally honest with you? I don't like baseball. Like, at all. I've never gone to a single
Yes, I
practice.
mean,
He's never practiced, and he's still his team star player? That's some kind of prodigy.
As soon as I got accepted here, I quit baseball for good. I have my own dream for the future.
A dream? For the future?
My only path in life is getting into music. You can feel that star quality aura I have, right? I'm gonna be a
You know,
singer.
it would probably still be less
Songwriter and someone on
disastrous than
guitar,
when
and we're set.
Shaq decided he had what it took to be
This
a
new
rapper.
version of me that's chasing after my dream is
God.
like super cool to the max.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I never imagined I'd hear something like that from a baseball all-star.
hey now, you're an all-star.
I am Hifumi Yamada. But
Ah,
if you
yes,
wanna
my
call me by
spirit
my
animal.
nickname,
The Alpha and the Omega!
I don't mind.
Ultimate fanfic creator.
In the game, he like switches to
By the way,
like
how
a
much do you know
heroic
about the
voice
world
for
of
certain
2D
lines, so I tried to replicate that. And I
World
would
of
finally nail
2D?
down how it sounds like
Well, in
towards
that
the end
world,
of
I am known and
like,
supremely
chapter
well
3, I
regarded
think.
as the ultimate fanfic
Oh, wow.
creator. I once sold 10,000 copies of one of my fan comics at a school festival. That event has passed into legend.
Okay, like localization talk again. He's not like specifically a fanfic author in terms of like, you know, writing fan fiction in the way that we think of it. He's a doujin author, which is not, despite what you may associate it with due to so much of it being hentai, it's not that doesn't mean like, oh, he makes hentai, although he very much would. It's doujin just refers to like unauthorized, basically fanfic, but like slightly more legitimized in that like they make a limited run of physical prints of them and exchange them at like meetups and conventions.
Oh.
Like a lot of like doujin doesn't even necessarily mean like it has to be based on a pre-existing property, because it basically means it's like self-published. A lot of famous manga creators got their start doing doujin. And doujin doesn't even necessarily have to be manga. They're doujin games referred to as doujin soft. And like you may wonder, why the fuck does Japanese copyright not go after these people that are directly profiting off of fan works, whereas they go after like Team 4-Star and me for for making non-profit fan-based parodies? The answer is because they are limited distribution in officially sanctioned events where like they are not meant to be like printed anymore after that.
Oh.
And it wasn't until like the mid 2000s that people started uploading them to the internet, because it was sort of like seen as like a don't poke the bear and the bear won't bite you back type thing, of like just don't make a big stir about the fact that we're making these unauthorized fan works and making money off of them, and they won't come after us. Nowadays, like, as soon as a doujin gets released and, like, bought up by someone, they will just, like, scan it, and then it'll get uploaded to all sorts of websites and get fan translations, all sorts of stuff like that. It's... I can't speak on how that's affected the doujin scene in particular, because, I'm not in Japan, and I'm not tapped in with that culture. But all that to say, like, Hifumi, he's not just, like, writing stuff on AO3 or fanfiction.net. Like, he's self-published his works, and, as he mentioned, sold 10,000 of them at, basically, Comic-Con, which is the big comic exchange and selling market that happens, I think, 2 seasons a year in Japan. There was an episode of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid that was about Comic-Con, where Fafnir tried to sell his own doujin works. But nobody bought it because it was just curses. No, I don't mean like swears. I mean like actual printed curses.
I've seen that. I've actually not seen it, but I've read it.
Yeah. That's also the chapter where we get to see Lukoa get dragged away for wearing a cosplay that's too skimpy even for Comic-Con.
Oh boy.
As Lukoa is known to do.
Some of them didn't get it, of course, saying I'd tainted the event. How stupid can you be?
That's too bad about them. But selling 10,000 copies like that is definitely...
If I were to re-record that nowadays, I would put some more stank on the tainted. Like, some say I tainted the event. How stupid can they be? Like, that's how I would have gone nowadays. But I was still learning a lot back then. Kier would love to cosplay Barrett at Comic-Con. I'm sure they would love to see a Barrett at Comic-Con.
I am like Van Gogh, utterly underappreciated in my time.
Technically, we've been mispronouncing Van Gogh's name wrong this whole time. It's actually pronounced Van Gogh.
Really?
Yes, I'm not making that up, and I hate it.
That's cool, but... that's cool and all, but where did my van go?
Night and day to destroy all mindless preconceptions.
Your Van Gogh went to Van Gogh. Down at the course.
Oh, jeez.
Fan fiction. I'm sure if you were to observe my work, Mr. Naegi, you would comprehend its greatness immediately.
Okay, keep track of the fact that he refers to everyone by their last names. That is like a speech mannerism that carries over from the Japanese that's actually important to the plot. As well as, in Japanese, it shows that he speaks very, not formally, but, respectfully. He doesn't refer to acquaintances by their first names, even if he is friends with them. He tries to sound professional.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's also a thing where, in Japanese, you don't refer to someone by their first name unless you're close friends with them. You always refer to them as their last name with the honorific san, or if you're a little bit closer.
Oh, yeah.
In this case, it would be like him referring to Makoto as Naegi-san.
Okay.
Or if I remember correctly, he actually uses an even more like outdated formal honorific. I can't remember. I'd have to listen to the Japanese audio again.
For my work is filled with the deepest meaning.
What? What kind of meaning?
It's about embracing our basest urges.
I don't think I want to comprehend it. Okay, now to talk to those 5 people over there.
Now, the reason since I finally realized I'm the one recording this footage, I was trying to match the way that everyone was presented in the typed up script already. So I had to make sure, looking back and forth between the script and my, screen to make sure I was highlighting everyone in the right order.
Name's Mondo Iwata. Nice to fucking meet ya.
Nice to fucking meet ya.
Now, I actually auditioned for Mondo and almost got the role, as I mentioned earlier. I think Soul Eater Will did a much better voice for Mondo. He's good at capturing that, just brutishness of him without sounding cartoony. Whereas, the voice I went was basically the "Welcome to the Salty Spittoon, how tough are ya" guy from SpongeBob.
That's the best voice.
Honestly, as funny as that is, it was
it's a funny voice, but it's not fitting for dramatic scenes.
Yeah.
Voice acting is not just can you do a funny voice, it's can you act out the emotion in this scene with just your voice.
Right.
Mondo Iwata, huh? Which means he's the current leader of the largest biker gang in Japan. He's earned respect, even awe, from every gang in the country. He's the ultimate.
Now,
biker
he's got
gang
a particular type of fashion that's associated with biker gangs in Japan called Yankee, which is why he's got, the pompadour.
I see.
I learned about this from Yakuza 0. Yankee is a kind of, delinquent fashion in Japan that's modeled after American greasers from the 50s.
Oh, okay.
And is often associated with Japanese biker culture, and biker gangs in particular.
Oh boy.
Nice to meet you too.
Hell yeah.
That's also why Wooden Sword
I better be
Ryu
careful
from
around here.
Shaman
One
King
wrong
has
move,
the
and I can wake
pompadour.
up the
He's
bottom
supposed
of
to
the
be
sea.
dressed as a Yankee.
Oh, okay.
Or Rio, as you might know him from the English dub.
Hi, I'm Junko Enoshima. Charmed, I'm sure.
Ultimate fashionista. Junko.
God, I can't remember who voiced Junko, but I'm pretty
Anybody
sure
would
she
recognize this
only
one.
voiced her for this opening bit.
got more charm
Because
and presence than
if I
any high
remember
school girl in the
correctly,
country.
Junko was
She's
one of
the
the ones
ultimate
that we had to
fashionista.
replace as well. We had to replace just about everyone except for,
I've seen
me,
her on tons of magazine covers.
Husk, Kier, and Jana, and
I
Will.
feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, and Archer, of course, since he was the main character.
Cover photos and junk? Well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped.
Photoshopped?
Totally.
Yeah, edited to hell and back with computers and junk.
I like that she didn't go full Valley Girl with her Junko performance, which a lot of the dubs of the games and the anime just go full Valley Girl with Junko. And I'm like, no, she's not supposed to be a Valley Girl. She's supposed to be a gyaru or gal, which is another kind of Japanese fashion. But no, she's not a Valley Girl at all. And I like that she didn't fall into that easy trap.
Oh, so they aren't real?
Come on, don't act so surprised. You're gonna make me all depressed. It's totally normal these days to Photoshop the crap out of cover photos.
Yeah, it's true. Just look at any Paula Deen
If you're
cookbook and
surprised
look
by
at those
that,
soulless
you'd be
eyes on
totally
the
blown
cover.
away by a certain dangerous little deep of ours.
Those are the worst Photoshop jobs imaginable, and they're always on every
Eyes and junk
supermarket
super
checkout
big
counter.
And tweak the skin so it looks all ceramic and porcelain.
Or at least down here in the South.
So many dreams are getting crushed today. Can I ask your name?
My name is Kyoko Kirigiri.
Ultimate unknown. Kyoko Kirigiri.
Again, can't remember who voiced Kyoko, but her pronunciation is so good. Tapping the R on Kirigiri instead of just saying Kirigiri.
Yeah.
Something like that's something I had to learn to do when I was studying Japanese on Duolingo, which I stopped doing because it turns out Duolingo is not a good way to learn Japanese.
No.
Yeah, definitely not.
She's pretty tight-lipped, huh? Oh, but you know, her name didn't show up anywhere in that Hope Speak Academy thread.
There's other ways you can do
I
it.
did see that there were students like me. Ones who didn't have any real identity or presence. Could this girl be one of them? So what are you doing at this school?
What's that supposed to mean?
No, I just meant getting invited here means you're some kind of ultimate something, right? So what ultimate something are you?
Why should I tell you?
Huh? Well, I guess you don't have to tell me.
No, I don't have to tell you. So I'm not going to.
Nothing about her turned up online. So I was thinking maybe she got picked by chance, like me.
Like, Kyoko is my favorite girl in this series.
Yes, you like your ice queens.
Her face
I
is like
get
an
it.
iron mask. If she doesn't want to tell me anything,
What can I say? She's intelligent and she's awesome.
Yes, she is.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Chihiro Fujisaki.
Ultimate programmer. Chihiro Fujisaki.
Sorry. I get kind of embarrassed whenever I introduce myself like this. Anyway,
Yeah, Kier tried out for
I hope we can
Chihiro
get
as well,
along.
but didn't get the role.
Same here. Nice to meet you.
Huh. Maybe it's just my imagination. But have we met before?
I don't think so. We just met for the first time, which is why I said, nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah, as
Sorry.
many personal gripes as I have against Apple Pie as, you know, a
Chihiro
person.
Fujisaki. She's known for
Also,
all the cutting-edge programs.
with the caveat that they were that she was 13 at the time. And I haven't spoken to her since.
which has endeared her to her
She did a
legion of
very good
fans.
job as Chihiro.
Hey, so, listen, I'm really sorry.
Uh-huh. What are you apologizing for now?
Well, just 'cause you seem upset. You must be mad at me, right?
No, not at all. I was just lost in thought about something.
Huh? Lost in thought?
Yeah, it had nothing to do with me being upset or anything.
Oh, that's good. I was afraid maybe you didn't like me. I'm glad.
I'm starting to understand why her fans are so into her.
Her fans are lolicons, got it. Meanwhile, my best girl, Aoi Asahina.
I'm Aoi Asahina, but my friends just call me Hina. Sup?
Ultimate Swimming Pro. Aoi Asahina.
Aoi Asahina. She's been breaking records in every competition she's been in since elementary school. She's even been chosen as an upcoming Olympic candidate. She is, without a doubt, the ultimate swimming pro. The combination of her ability, appearance, and proportions have been widely discussed online.
Yes, she doesn't have to worry about drowning because she's got flotation devices
what was
built
your name
in.
again? Sorry, totally forgot.
Okay, like, addressing the elephant in the room. She's very boobalicious, but, like, getting into a bit of headcanon here, swimmers typically are very, like, ridiculously thin, to be as hydrodynamic as possible. My headcanon for why she's the ultimate swimming pro is because she's an expert swimmer in spite of having these that make it harder to swim because they are buoyant, as you would know about booba if you know anything about real booba.
Yeah.
It makes it harder to. It basically acts like it acts like sort of like a life jacket, sorta. Also, same thing. It's not even just about booba. It's just about high concentrations of fat in certain parts of the body. Makes you more buoyant.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like, oh, I'm trying to be pervy about this. I'm like, no, it's like high concentrations of fat in certain parts of the body makes you float easier rather than staying submerged. So to be able to be like an Olympic level swimmer with big booba means you must be damn good.
Oh yeah, I knew it was something like that.
No, not something like that. It is.
For once, I'm not talking of like horny brain. I'm talking scientifically. Booba science.
Sure, got it. Here, I'll hammer it into my brain right now. Makoto Naegi.
She just kept repeating my name and moving her finger across her palm like she was writing something. What are you doing?
You don't know? If you want to remember someone's name, you gotta write it on your hand 3 times.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
Hey, by the way, how do you spell your last name?
You spell it exactly like it sounds.
That's a joke that works better in Japanese, I'm assuming.
Well, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll just figure it out later and write it down. Anyway, glad to meet ya.
Sure, same here. Well, one thing I learned is she's totally easygoing and bursting with energy. Those 4 over there are the only ones left.
Here you come, Kier.
I am Sakura Ogami.
Now, Kier didn't even look at the English dub of the first Danganronpa game. Yeah, I was about to... Kier's ahead of me on that. Kier based his Sakura voice off of the Japanese voice of Sakura because we watched the anime in Japanese together. Because there was no English dub out at the time. He didn't even look at the English dub of the games as reference material. He just decided, no, I'm going to do this based off of Kujira, who is the voice of Sakura and also voiced Orochimaru. So, unlike everyone else in the dub, myself included, he was the only one trying to mimic the Japanese voice rather than the English dub.
Nice.
He did a good job at doing that, too. Like, Sakura has a very androgynous sounding voice for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I almost asked her if she was a guy. The day I say something like that out loud is the day I get turned into a human meatball.
Well, I mean, humans are made out of meat, so you don't have to necessarily be a human meatball. That's just a meatball.
And won, despite being a girl. She's the ultimate martial artist. She's fought over 400 matches and never lost a single one. That thread also said a bit more about her. Some call her Ogre. Some even think she's the closest known relative to the primates, the famed missing link.
God damn it.
Any upcoming Hope's Peak students who are reading this, let me warn you right now.
That's right, Kier also did martial arts. It's like he was born to play Sakura Ogami.
Speaking of martial arts, you know what I started doing last week?
What? Martial arts?
Boxing.
Hey,
boxing?
You.
Nice.
Yes. I snapped to attention without even realizing it.
I've been doing yoga.
Then she started to poke and prod in my
How is
body.
that going?
Haven't done a session in a while due to lack of funds, but it's been relaxing and comfortable.
Are you?
Ooh. Muscular quality and quantity is right there
Boxing
around
is actually
that
a lot
of an
of fun.
extremely ordinary
Hands up.
high school student.
Actually kind of fun.
What a shame. You're not at all fit to act as my training partner.
I'm not sure that's a shame for me.
Byakuya Togami, one of the faces of the franchise. I auditioned for him as well, and I ended up voicing him in, I believe, like Chapter 5 or Chapter 6, because this is the, like, second voice we had for Byakuya, because the first one was a no-show, like so many others. And I can't even remember his name. I just know he was consistently like one of the last people to get his lines in, to the point where like he would miss his deadline by over a month.
Seriously?
Oh boy.
Yes.
That ain't professional. Oh damn.
Well, I mean, none of this was professional, but
oh, you know what I
like
mean, though.
that. I'll get more into like, you know, my gripes from a behind the scenes perspective as it comes up, but Byakuya's voice was consistently one of, if not the last, to get his lines in.
Oh jeez.
Ultimate Affluent Progeny is a very wordy way of saying what his Japanese ultimate skill was, which is Ultimate Heir Apparent. So basically, he's the ultimate Nepo baby. Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Hi, nice to meet you. That's the most half-assed introduction I've ever heard.
Sounds about right.
But there isn't really anything I can do about it. Even among the ultimate students, this one is special. Byakuya Togami is the heir apparent of his family's massive financial conglomerate. He's already started managing
cosplay
business operations,
Byakuya
and
once.
his own personal assets are, well, vast.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I don't have the cosplay anymore. I
titled
don't think
Ultimate
I have any
Affluent
pictures
Progeny.
of it, but I
It's
did
completely
once.
He's the definition of exception.
I even went out and bought
That's everything I learned
replicas
about
of his
him.
glasses. Like a replica of his glasses, which, you know, they don't... The frames are only on the bottom, not on the top.
Academy thread online.
We are done with introductions, right? How much longer are you gonna stand there? Go away! I'm sick of looking at you.
His aura says to me, you and I will never stand on the same level. Like a king in training.
To be fair, do you really have to train to be a king? You're just kind of given the job by being a Nepo baby.
I'm Yasuhiro Hagakure. Hero for sure. Take it
There's
easy, yeah?
Lydia
I know I
as,
will.
again, as Yasuhiro, the main character that she voices. Yasuhiro's a total bro. I
Known as
love him.
Supernova in the psychic community. The trend-setting ultimate clairvoyant. Honestly, I don't really get all the fortune-telling stuff. It's pretty much beyond me. Still, I can't help wondering if there's any truth to it.
Okay. Yeah, I give up.
Huh? What happened?
I saw it. I looked right at it. Seriously, I totally saw it.
Saw what?
A guardian angel with a crazy perm chasing after Bigfoot running off with a skyfish in its mouth.
That just sounds like an average day for Weird Al Yankovic now that I think about it.
Yep.
Guardian angel with a crazy perm chasing after Bigfoot running off with a skyfish in his mouth. Average Tuesday for Weird Al Yankovic.
And that guardian angel is your guardian angel. Nah,
In this case,
I'm just kidding.
Weird Al is
But
the
hey,
guardian
We
angel.
should grab some brewski sometime and get real deep into Lemuria and its civilization.
What? We're not allowed to drink. We're in high school.
Oh, I'm actually 21. I've been held back a few times seeing, well, it's a long story.
A few times.
Gee, I wonder why.
I bet that is a long story.
For the record, the whole thing about him being the ultimate clairvoyant,
I know it's bullshit, isn't it?
No, it's not that it's bullshit. He is the best fortune teller in the world. But
that's not saying much, is
because his predictions are accurate 30% of the time.
Oh, jeez.
Which is still better than most. Just look at Nostradamus, or as I like to call him, Nostradamus.
Hey. You know, if you think about it, Nostradamus was actually... His prediction was more or less accurate with the whole...
when you say something... When you say something so broad that it could apply to anything, of course it's going to come true eventually. That's how most psychics work.
Hey, here's the thing. He said, I think he specified the year 1989 or something like that.
The angle moi, which technically came true through the Japanese Beast Wars anime.
Yep. Yeah, as in Unicron, the great king of angle moi.
Yeah, he was just off by an entire medium of reality.
I do not think we have been introduced. I am Celestia Ludenberg.
Ultimate Gambler, Celestia Ludenberg.
Celestia is a character that I really liked at first when I first got into Danganronpa just because of her design. I love Gothic Lolita fashion. And yeah, fun fact, lore-wise, you see these impressive spiral pigtails?
Yeah.
Or drills, as her fans like to call them.
Uh-huh.
Lore-wise, they're clip-ons. They're not real.
Oh, jeez. You know, I've got an acquaintance, basically a friend of a friend, that actually loves Celestia. And as far as I understand, he just loves her look. I don't even know if he's aware.
Yeah, most people that like Celestia Ludenberg just like her look. Her personality is very abrasive.
Oh yeah, like I said, I've seen what she's like. In
I'm saying this mostly to the audience rather than to you.
No, I know, but I'm saying as a consumer of this in some way, shape, or form, I'm familiar with her just a little bit.
Yeah.
Celestia
Ludenberg. It is my name, but if you don't mind, I would prefer for you to call me Celeste.
You are Japanese, right?
Of course. Why do you ask?
If you don't mind, could you tell me your real name?
I don't know what you're talking about. Celestia Ludenberg is my real name. But, as I mentioned, I would much rather you call me Celeste.
She's polite, but pretty forceful at the same time. I don't think she wants to say any more about it. I guess the rumors in that thread were right about her. Self-styled Celestia Ludenberg. She's the ultimate gambler who's never lost a bet. Other than her obvious love of gothic Lolita clothes, everything about her is wrapped in a veil of lies. They say she entered and won an underground gambling tournament, earning the title Queen of Liars.
How much you bet that's a lie?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a gambling man, and I'm not risking it going up against the Queen of Lies and the ultimate gambler.
Yeah.
She totally cleaned out the other players, taking their life savings and laughing as she did it.
I'm not a gambling man. I'm a rambling man.
I look forward to getting to know you better.
Except for on the days where I'm a rambling gal.
That smile is beyond deceptive. I'd better watch myself around her. And with that, all the introductions are done. Even though they're all ultimate, they each have their own individual sort of, something.
Okay, time to get down to business. This is no time to stand around making friends like a whole bunch of dull-eyed baboons.
I like that he didn't say. I like that he didn't say baboons. He went with the more posh baboons.
Heroic baboons going ape. Sorry.
Oh, that's true. I think someone said something about a bigger problem or something. What was that about?
Well, you see, Makoto, you said a bunch of stuff happened, and then you were just asleep.
A little bit of an audio mixing fuck up there, I can see.
For all of us.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Just after each of us got to the main hall, we lost consciousness.
To be fair, though,
and when we came to, we were somewhere here in the
I can't
school.
remember if Jana edited
What
this
happened to
part
you?
or if Husk was the one who edited this part. But when Jana was editing this, she was teaching herself how to edit as she did this.
Okay, fair.
And she was editing with Filmora. If you've ever used Filmora, you know it's a nightmare to work with.
Oof.
Right?
But that's just weird. That every single one of us would get knocked out like that.
Exactly. That's why we're all freaking out.
And that's not the only thing. You saw where all the windows in the classes and hallways were, right? But instead of normal glass windows, it was a bunch of big metal plates. What's that about?
One of the rare moments of Taka being, like, more subdued rather than shouting.
Plus, all my stuff's missing, even my cell phone.
Yeah,
It sounds like she
you're
said
right.
plus.
I haven't seen my PDA anywhere either.
She's a high schooler. Get your mind out of the gutter.
And then
I
there's the
didn't
main
say
hall
anything
here.
about.
The front exit is completely blocked by some giant metal hatch. But there wasn't anything like that when I first got here. What the heck? What's it doing there?
There's the Taka
Maybe we
shouting.
got caught up in some kind of, like...
She likes Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots, a very good book. There you go, Kier. That's how to salvage that.
Yes.
crime or something.
Good job.
What? Like a kidnapping? You think maybe someone grabbed
No
us
one
and
will
pulled us
ever
off?
know.
We're not actually at school.
Well, I mean, yeah, Dan Backslide did kidnap someone, but he ended up being the victim.
Yeah. And unfortunately, none of them got the girl.
Come on.
I wouldn't say none of them got the girl. The sailor got the girl.
I'm just saying, it's like the main characters you think of.
I know.
Backslide wasn't lucky enough to get the.
I know. I'm saying not. It wasn't that no one got the girl. It's that the one you least expected got the girl. Oh god, that's it. Before we go on a whole tangent about the Dover boys, which that's going to be something for like a night of watching like public domain cartoons. Given that the Dover boys is public domain.
Yep.
Technically, if we want to talk about public domain night, we could also watch an assortment of episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies.
I didn't realize those fell into public domain.
Certain episodes have, yes.
Did not know
Don't
that.
think like that. Cheer up. I bet this is all part of the school's orientation procedure.
Oh yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
orientation
I'm sure that's
procedure.
it. So I'm just gonna take it easy for a bit.
Before you get too excited about the Beverly Hillbillies being partly public domain, Kier, any public domain Beverly Hillbillies releases have to change the theme song because while the show is partly public domain, the theme song is still copyrighted.
Oof.
It's like how if you watch It's a Wonderful Life on some of those free streaming services, it has a really shitty stock like royalty-free music soundtrack because while the movie itself is public domain, the soundtrack isn't. We found that out the hard way this
So,
Christmas
you
season
think they wanted to do
when we
something to
did our
surprise
annual
us?
viewing of It's a Wonderful Life, and it was
well,
playing the
if
wrong
that's
music
all,
during
it's
the
nap
opening
time for me.
credits.
That was like way too
Not
late.
even just like, oh, it's a sound alike, but like wrong audio quality. It was too high audio quality for a 1950s movie.
Oh, wow.
Last night, so I could use a little shut-eye.
I could feel everyone's tension evaporating. But then, it began.
The gout? No. Virginity. Yeah, finally Husk gets to voice his character.
Ahem, ahem. Testing, testing, mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school's broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then.
The voice seemed totally out of place. It was so playful, so completely unconcerned.
Now, like, little voice actor trivia for, like, official voice of Monokuma for the first 2 games in the anime. That was, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but she was a legendary voice actress known for voicing Doraemon.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why it was such a big deal that she voiced Monokuma, because she's basically using her Doraemon voice for a villain.
Oh.
She ended up having to step down from the role for Danganronpa 3, and the Danganronpa 3 anime and the game Danganronpa V3, because she was getting on in years and she was starting to suffer from dementia.
Ooh,
I can
that's
help
enough.
feel deep
That's
unnerving
enough
dread.
good.
She was in, like, I think, like, her 80s when she voiced Monokuma.
Oh, that sounds about right.
At the sound of it. It was like hearing someone laugh at the scene of an accident.
And in the English dub, he's voiced by Brian Beacock, who he went uncredited in the games, but has confirmed that it was him. The three of us might know him as Bokomon from Digimon Frontier.
Oh my gosh, really?
As well as Takado from Digimon Tamers.
Nice.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, he voices Monokuma, the mascot of Danganronpa.
Was that just now?
Oh, yeah?
Except for in the English dub of the anime. In that one, he's voiced by, trying to remember his name, Greg Ayers.
Thank God it was all a
who you might know as the main character from Dead Man Wonderland and the current voice of Goldo from the Ginyu Force.
Oh.
Now I can't get frickin' Kier's frickin' Pokemon voice out of my head when I see that.
Yes.
Joke. I'd be totally freaked if this was real. All right. Guess I'll head out too. Wonder what they got planned for us next. Damn. I was totally looking forward to that nap too. Why'd they have to go and kill the moon?
Kier says, scientists have found that cows produce more milk when the farmer talks to them. Apparently it's a case of in one ear and out the other.
That is that.
Oh my
I will
gosh.
see you all there.
This is for you, Kier. This is for you.
Not that anyone
the
cares,
following,
but I'm
the
gonna-
following sound alert is for you, Kier.
Everyone took off for the gym,
There it is.
but I was frozen where I stood. That uneasy feeling I'd had before.
Perfect.
I couldn't get it out of my mind. And it looked like I wasn't the only one.
This doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that announcement was totally weird.
Maybe.
I thought
but
my jokes
just
were bad.
staying put doesn't mean we'll be safe. Besides, aren't you guys just a little bit curious to find out what's going on around here?
Sounds like we got a mystery on our hands, gang.
Learn nothing.
Let's split up and search
The
for
only
clues.
choice is to push ahead.
I guess she's right. But still, I'm kinda, no, really nervous.
I think Kier could
We
actually
don't
do a
have
better
choice.
Scooby-Doo voice
We
than I
have to.
can.
No, he does a good
said to go to the
Shaggy,
gym,
not Scooby.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Shaggy. That's good, but I just think like he has the better range to do Scooby-Doo than I do.
So, the ending themes of each chapter are based on different anime. Can't remember what this one is. I missed out on what most of them are. because they were anime I haven't seen. Our old avatars made using some avatar generator.
Yeah.
I no longer have. That's where the design of my old VTuber persona came from.
I remember that design, man.
And to be honest for you, Ari, that old design was like that old VTuber design was just like incredibly bland. I hate to say it.
It's because I was trying to make it look like myself, and I don't exactly dress to impress. Whereas now I'm playing a character.
Yeah.
I also didn't use the old design very much.
No, you didn't.
It was also, to be fair, I made that model was made back when Vroid was very limited in the outfits it could make. So, like even the outfit that I have for my 3D model now, which is the basis of my 2D avatar, like even that wasn't possible in Vroid at the time.
Oh, wow.
You also didn't have pre-made hairstyles. You had to draw each strand of hair by yourself in a 3D space, which made making ponytails a nightmare.
Oh, God.
I believe that.
Oh, my throat. Oh, excuse me.
You know that feeling too? Excuse me, back.
I mean, it's algae season us here up north, so...
Yes, and down south, where it's even worse, because we have more trees.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
The trees here were so confused this year. Like, they, like... The weather, and just, like... So last year was terrible because all the trees, like, were... I guess dying early, or, like, you know... Leaves were dying early, so everything just started acting like it was winter sooner. And then this year, like pollen like started falling like in February or something, almost crazy like that, because of like how weird the weather's been in our state that Ari and I are in. Like one of the trees outside my job had already started blooming in February.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can understand how doing that Sakura voice would kill your throat here.
Something weird is going on, right? It's not just me.
I remember that's where you really start getting into that tea blend that you
Is this some kind of
swear
joke?
by nowadays. Because you needed it after every Sakura recording session.
What was with that announcement? It was like totally creepy.
Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
Okay, so I haven't started recording the gameplay footage yet. I can tell because it's keyboard commands, whereas I recorded mine off
I know how
of
you
the
feel,
PS4
but
version.
all we can do now is check it out, right?
Yeah, this is one of the only bits you'll see that has like the exploration bits, because you have to actually go to the gym.
Yeah.
God. I had no idea this Hope's Peak Academy place was gonna be such a pain in my balls. It really ain't that much different from the time I spent in Juvik. Hell, this place is even worse.
And why isn't there anyone here? Walking through the halls, I didn't see a single person.
Isn't that, like, seriously not good?
They're just trying to spook us. They'll take those metal plates down later. I'm sure of it.
All we can do now is hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, hell! It ain't like I'm scared or nothing. Let's just get this over with. Alright! Where's whoever called us here?
Mother, stop! No running!
Taka never changed. Not concerned about going to beat the shit out of someone, concerned about no running in the holes.
Where are all the other students? Why are we the only ones here?
Total silence.
Running in the holes is not welcome in a school environment.
Maybe I'm just imagining.
I think that's what you were trying to say, Kier.
I'm totally getting a bad vibe right now.
Still filled with uneasy dread, I did what the announcement said and went to the gym. And I saw what was waiting for us there. Oh, it really does look like an entrance ceremony.
See? I told you. It's totally normal entrance ceremony stuff.
Hero was right.
Totally normal.
But in a way,
Totally.
I just emphasized how completely
Totally.
Totally normal, dude.
Way.
Hey there, howdy ho! Is everyone here? Good. Then let's get things rolling!
If I ever get Huskin on one of these Danganronpa streams, I'm gonna ask him how much fun he had voicing Monokuma.
I am
Guys,
not
I think
a teddy bear.
that's a teddy bear.
I am Monokuma! And I am this school's headmaster!
It was the strangest thing I'd ever seen. Right before my eyes, it was... What I was seeing was... It was utterly...
How does a freaking bear become a headmaster?
Very carefully.
Oh.
Such a bright
Don't
voice,
worry about it.
attitude. Was completely
Where do you
out of
get his
place.
freaking master's or PhD in teaching?
All that anxiety I'd been carrying with me?
At university,
suddenly
duh.
outright fear.
Wait, what did you say?
At university.
I expected you to say a cereal box or
Calm
something.
down. I'm sure there's just a speaker inside it.
I told you already, I am not a teddy bear! I am Monokuma, and I am your headmaster! It moved!
Seriously, man. Calm down.
I can say from my
Probably just
perspective,
remember
voicing
dare you compare me
Hifumi
to a
was a
child's
lot of fun.
plaything.
I just got to do all these
In the Mariana Trench.
all these like
My
really
remote control system
like
is so
dorky
complex, even the
screams
folks
that they
at
were the most
NASA
fun
can't
thing to
clearly
do.
even comprehend it. But don't make me say stuff that might destroy NASA's dreams. I just couldn't bear that.
There.
Oh.
You are unfortunate.
I've had enough bear jokes in Persona 4.
We really must hurry and get started.
These jokes
Give
are
me
just
the phone already.
unbearable.
No other stupid bear puns?
I know, right?
Quiet down now. Quiet down.
I could bear to do with a
Okay,
few less
so-
of these.
He has abandoned the gag.
They're barely funny.
Everyone stand at attention and bow. And good morning.
Good morning.
You
I think I had a cold when I recorded Taka's lines, which is why they
Now
sound so
then,
nasally.
let's commence with the most noteworthy and memorable entrance ceremony. First, let's talk a bit what your school life here will be. Now, make no mistake, you few students, so full of potential, represent the hope of the world.
I had
Now,
a
to
comment in the
protect
schedule
such
section
splendid
just saying I
hope,
was proud of the thing we
you
were in
will
and
all
that it
live a communal life
and
together.
that it challenged
solely
me. I
within
hope
the
that was okay.
confines
I
of this school.
absolutely
Everyone will live in
I
harmony
absolutely am okay
together,
with you saying
and on
that.
higher to the rules and regulations of the school.
Huh?
Now then, regarding the end date for this communal life, there isn't one. In other words, you'll all be here until the day you die. Such is the school life you've been assigned.
What did he just say?
Yeah, boy.
Until the day we die?
Don't forget,
but
you're here
fear not.
forever.
We have quite an abundant budget, so you won't lack for all the common conveniences.
That's the least of our worries right now.
They have a fully stacked.
Yeah,
they have a fully stocked
saying I
kitchen.
have to
They've
live
got
here forever?
bedrooms. They've got
You're screwing with us,
swimming pools, infinite supply of clothes, and yet the
with
vending
you.
machine will still
liar.
not give you the fucking candy
you can
bar
be
that you paid for.
100% sure. And
They're
just
not
for your
miracle
information,
workers.
You're completely cut off from the outside world. So you don't have to worry about that dirty, dirty land beyond these walls ever again.
Cut off? So all those metal plates all over the school? They're there to keep us trapped in here?
That's exactly what they're there
How does a
for.
bear screw those in without opposable
No
thumbs?
matter how much you may yell
With
and
tools,
scream for
duh.
help will not
Also, he
come.
does have thumbs. You see, he's got
So,
little
with
mitten
all
hands.
that in mind, feel free to live out
How
your
does he
life
hold a
here with
screwdriver?
reckless abandon.
With his hands, duh.
Come on. What the hell is this? I don't care if the school or whoever else is behind it.
It's like
This
asking
is a
how
really
it's
bad
like
joke.
asking how Knuckles does anything while he's got like mitten gloves
Yeah,
on.
cut this shit out.
He has
Isn't funny
hands.
anymore.
Or actually, no.
You keep saying
Knuckles'
this is a
answer
lie
to
or a joke.
like
A
what
bunch
his
of
hands are like
skeptics,
underneath his
all of
gloves
you.
was, "What are you, a cop?"
But I guess you can't help it, huh? You all grew up in an age where you're taught to doubt your neighbor. Well, you have plenty of time to find out whether or not what I say is true. And when that time comes, you'll see with your own eyeballs what I speak the undeniable truth.
Having to live here forever would be quite the problem.
Come now, what's the matter with all of you? You decided of your own free will to attend Hope Speak Academy, didn't you? And now, before the entrance ceremony is even finished, you've already decided you want to leave? Oh, but you know, I guess I did forget to mention one thing. There is one way for you to leave the school.
Through the door.
Really?
As headmaster, I've created a special clause for those of you who would like to leave.
We call it the Santa
I call
Claus.
it the graduation clause. Now,
God
let
damn
me
it.
tell you about this fun little rule. As I mentioned, in order to maintain an environment of harmony here, we rely on a communal lifestyle. And if someone were to disrupt that harmony, they and they alone will be allowed to leave the school. That, my students, is the graduation clause.
What do you mean disrupt the harmony?
Well, you know, if one person were to murder another.
Murder?
Stabbing, strangling, bludgeoning, crushing, hacking, frowning, igniting, how you do it doesn't matter. You must kill someone if you want to leave. It's as simple as that. The rest is up to you. Give it your all to achieve the best outcome in the worst way possible.
A chill shot down my spine. You must kill someone if you want to leave? As soon as I heard those words, my blood went cold.
I bet that got your brain juices flowing. Beats the heck out of a human catching a salmon, huh? Like I said before, you guys are the hope of the world. But, you know, taking that hope and seeing it get murdered creates a darkened shadow of despair. And I just
More
find
like
that so
despair.
darn exciting!
What the hell are you talking about? To kill each other. It's...
To kill each other is to kill each other. I'm sure there's a dictionary here somewhere if you need it.
We know what it means, that's not the problem. Why do we have to kill each other?
Yeah, stop blubbering on with all this nonsense. Just let us go home already.
Blabbering? 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 What do you mean blabbering? Stop blabbering on about blabbering on! You guys just don't get it, do you? Let us go! Let us go! You keep on saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over! Listen, from this moment on, this school is your home, your life, your world. Got it? And you can kill as much as you want to kill. So go ahead, go on a killing spree!
Alright, come on. How long are you gonna keep this up?
Eh?
You got us, okay? You scared the hell out of us. So you can go ahead and reveal the trick now.
Reveal the trick?
Yeah, cause I mean, you know, this is all some kind of trick and all, right? So, like...
Dude, shut the hell up and get out of my way!
Shoving Hiro aside, Mondo placed himself in front of Monokuma, his voice rumbling like thunder.
Oh, BRB, I forgot to clean the plate for the air fryer. I want to put some chicken in while I watch.
What the hell kind
Get
of
your
joke
chicken,
is this?
Kier.
Joke?
Oh my god.
What? You mean like your hair?
Mondo roared out, and then there was a sudden boom. It was the sound of the floorboards as he kicked off and launched himself into the air. He flew at Monokuma, fast and straight as a bullet.
His eyes are so weird in this frame.
He'd locked onto his target.
Yeah, each of the characters has at least one sprite where they look weird.
Gotcha, you little piece of shit! I don't know if you're a toy, or a stuffed animal, or whatever the hell! Either way,
Turns out he's
turns out
he's actually just taxidermied.
Violence against the headmaster is a violation of school regulations!
So what you're saying is it's not welcome in a school environment!
Get me out of here, or I swear to Christ! What? No smart-ass comeback this time? Stop that goddamn beeping and say something!
Uh-oh.
Watch
Yeah,
out.
I know that
Get rid of
sound.
it.
Huh?
Boom.
Hurry up and throw it!
I don't know if her ferocity stunned him into silence or what, but without a word, he did what he was told. He threw Monokuma, and as soon as he did,
The hell? That sure as shit wasn't a joke. It blew the hell up.
there was a painful ringing in my ears, and I could smell gunpowder. Explosions might happen all the time in movies or whatever, but when it's in real life, I'd never seen anything like it.
But, you know, this means that the teddy bear's been destroyed, right?
I told you, I am not a teddy bear! I am Monokuma!
Oh god, they're breeding.
There's another one?
He reproduces by budding.
You son of a bitch!
I was gonna say, who opened up Build-A-Bear in the basement again?
Well, yes,
Oh, so he's one of my
I was
kind,
serious
apparently.
about trying
Wait,
to kill
again?
You did violate one of the school regulations after all.
You said
I'll let you
again.
off with a warning this
That
time.
means that
But you better be careful
that means
from
that
now
they've done
on.
it at least
Any
one time
naughty
before.
boy or girl who violates
I mean,
my
how many
rules
times-
will get
how
up
many
with just
games
a little
are there?
flat on the butt.
4, 5 technically.
Because they probably did it
Does
4
this mean
times.
there's like a bunch more of you around somewhere?
Monokumas have been placed all throughout the school, yes.
We are Legion, for we are many.
Don't forget the surveillance cameras installed everywhere. And if you're caught breaking any rules, well, you all just saw what happened, right? And I will be so forgiving with my punishment next time, so don't let it happen again.
That's not even punishment. That's just wrong.
Now then, lastly, to commemorate your joyous entry into our school, I have a little
How does a teddy bear
something
get
for
so much
you.
money?
This is our official student handbook.
You know what?
Pretty cool,
Given
huh?
that this
As you
takes
can
place
see,
in
it's fully
2010,
digital, so naturally we call it
probably Bitcoin.
the e-handbook.
How does a bear get Bitcoin?
Yes. Well, moving on.
Crypto mining.
Wrong questions, my dude.
To the healthy school
You're not.
life.
You're
So
trying
don't
to
lose
figure
it.
out how the bear gets his
When you
resources
start it up,
instead of
you will display your
questioning
name.
what the bear
Always
does
make
with
sure
his
you have the right
resources.
one. Now, this is not your
Build
everyday
to build a bear,
notebook.
probably.
It has so many more uses than that. Also, it's completely waterproof. Splash it, wash it, drown it. It'll keep on ticking. And thanks to its page-age design, it can withstand an impact force of up to 10 tons. Very resistant. It contains
So it's not
all
made
of
by
our school
Apple, got it.
regulations, so make sure you review them thoroughly. You'll hear me say this a lot, but any violation of school regulations will not be tolerated. Rules restrict, yes, but they also protect. Society, for example, will be utter chaos without laws. The same thing applies here, which is why it's crucial we have strict punishment in place for violators. Okay, well, that brings our entrance ceremony to a close. Please enjoy your abundant, dreary school life, and see ya!
And with that, he was gone, leaving us all in a state of shock.
I gotta throw one more thing in there about localization when it comes to Monokuma, and that is with his signature laugh, which is that in the original Japanese, his laugh goes which is supposed to sound cutesy in Japanese. The English dub of the games went for something like, still distinctive, but also a little bit more sinister and sly with and then the English dub of the anime, because it gives no fucks and utterly has no respect for the source material, goes nyuk, nyuk, nyuk.
Oh, God.
What?
Yeah.
So evil Curly, basically.
Evil Curly, yes.
Evil Curly Howard. God damn it.
So, guys, how would you define what we just experienced?
How? Why? I don't understand any of this.
We have to live here forever or kill? What? What just happened?
Everyone, we need to
That
calm
just happened.
down. First, let's just take a second to summarize everything we just heard. Based on what Monokuma said, we essentially have two choices. Choice number one is that we each stay here, living a communal life together until the day we die. And the other choice is,
If we want to get out of here alive, we have to kill someone, right?
But killing someone, that's...
We were abducted out of nowhere and stuffed into this place meant to look like a school. And now we're supposed to start killing each other? This is just... What is this?
A lie is what it is. All these ridiculous things we've heard. This has to be fake!
Right now, it doesn't really matter if it's real or fake. What matters is there anyone here who's seriously considering all this?
To that, nobody had a response. Keeping quiet to myself, I looked around at the others. They all stared at one another, trying to gauge each other's thoughts. I could almost taste the hostility. And that's when it hit me. I realized the true terror hidden within the rules Monokuma had laid out. You must kill someone if you want to leave. Those words had planted vicious thoughts deep within each of us. Each of us became suspicious of everyone else. We were forced to wonder, is somebody going to betray us? And that was how my new school life began. this school, which had come out of nowhere to raise my hopes so high. It's not a school of hope. It's a school of despair.
No, it's a school of despair.
Despair. Great.
Up, time for a peak theme song. Theme song to Dead Man Wonderland. Still one of my favorite anime OPs ever. And it's edited in the style of Dead Man Wonderland's OP. Seriously, Janet, you knocked it out of the park with these endings. Welcome back, Kier. Showed up just in time for the Dead Man Wonderland opening, ending. Yes. And I feel like this is as good a place as any to stop for now at the end of the prologue, and we'll save Chapter 1 for next week.
Yeah.
Now, let's see who's getting our raid tonight.
That is sheepy.
Let's raid Yop Alonso because they've raided into us a lot of times. I've never gotten to raid them. They are playing Fantasian.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Thank you to both of my co-hosts for joining me. Go give Yop Alonso my warmest greetings. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night with more Phantom Pain, and until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, the boys have caught us. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.